Hi and welcome. My name is Richard Fisher. I am the publisher of InsideUnmanned Systems, and we are here at the Commercial UAV Expo in Las Vegas. And I have Vivien who is the Chief Executive Officer of MD Group, a company that you're probably familiar with. They own Microdrones. They've also made a series of acquisitions recently with Geocue, so there's a lot to talk about with Vivien. Vivien, welcome.
Well, thank you for having me, Richard.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure. So Microdrones is a company that we're well familiar with. Our audience is familiar with your kind of high-end airframe, high-end navigation, and avionics, high-end sensors, and then of course the high-end kind of software and software tools with MD Infinity. But what we really want to talk about is last time I saw you, there was big news with an acquisition of Geocue, and Geocue is the producer of a very well-known software platform, as many of you are aware, LP360. And I just wanted to tell us how goes the work now with the integration. It's been, I think, about a year now.
Yeah, almost 9 months.
Yeah, so 9 months. So tell us about the strategy and what you were able to acquire and actually integrate into the larger MD group.
So, the software piece, so LP360 was one of the main driver of this acquisition. It's really, a referent in the US, and it brings a lot of additional features to our users. So with MD Infinity, we were going up to the ground classification, but then with LP360, you can do much more after that. At the end of the day is always to make sure that we produce the right deliverable at the end. And so the user doesn't need to go further to a second software. You can do everything in one software. And we talk about this a lot of time, but for me, the drone are remote sensors. So what matters is really the data that you get out of it.
Sure.
And so the data collection piece is key, but the processing after is crucial.
Yeah.
And with LP360, we have improved a lot this piece.
Right, and so there's benefit to the Microdrones
community,
user community, of whom there are many. But it also suggests an opportunity. I mean, essentially, your market now has expanded pretty dramatically now with users of LP360.
Yes.
So that really enables you to. So if somebody's got an airframe, a drone that they're currently using and flying, you now have access. You're going to serve their needs as well.
Yes. So we have expanded tremendously the addressable market. So we can, with LP360, we process any LAS. So it can be my aviation, airborne LiDAR, that we use LP360 to process it.
Right.
But any LiDAR user can use LP360. So meaning that they don't need to be a Microdrone user to get that. So at the end of the day, we have 3 product lines. So we have LP360 on the data processing piece. We have TrueView for the payload. So that's the standalone payload.
And let's be clear about the TrueView. That is a Geocue.
Yes.
That came by way of the Geocue acquisition. Yes. So LP360, that is a software package.
Yes.
Ubiquitously.
We sell it with everything we do.
Got it. Understood. And then drill down into the second element.
Yeah.
A bit, if you could.
So on the TrueView side.
Yeah.
So the TrueView are the high-end payloads that we develop at Geocue. So they are combining LiDAR sensor and imagery sensors. And so we build on them with LPCC software.
Right.
And we sell them with any drone, depending on the application, of the customer. So third-party drone. So it can be a macro drone, but it can be Skyfront, it can be DJI, whatever the customer is trying to achieve. So, or if he has already a drone, do photogrammetry, would like to expand to LiDAR, he can come to us and we provide the right payload depending on his need.
Sure. And depending on what kind of data sets he actually needs.
Yes, exactly.
Right. Yeah. So those are two.
Yeah.
And then the third is really microdrones.
Yeah, so microdrones, the fully integrated solution, meaning the software package, the payload, and the drone, working all together seamlessly, starting from the mission preparation. So we have a survey mission in mind. You use the tool to define what you are trying to achieve on the map, and everything goes seamlessly.
Yeah, so you really designed that from the bottom up. I mean, I recall early days. I mean, Vivien acquired Microdrones in 2012.
No, Microdrones, it was in 2016.
2016,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, 2016, sorry. But since then, there was always this kind of, really key focus on the best navigation solution, the best LiDAR solution, the best photogrammetry solution. In fact, the best airframe, including, you were kind of vertically integrated and you were really creating a best-in-class, fully integrated system so that you could extract the data more efficiently and provide, put that data into software tools and software, post-processing software that really enabled, that you began with a better data sets to begin with. And that made your software management tools more effective for the end user.
Yeah, it's exactly what I've driven us, meaning that I believe in the workflow.
Yeah.
It's different steps, different bricks that needs to work together.
Yes.
And we have to make sure that they are customized, adapted to what we want at the end, at the result.
Yeah.
So we started by mastering the drone, then the payload, down to the processing piece. And with Microdrones, we add the drone, but with Geocue, we have added the payload and the software. So now we master everything perfectly. So we're, to make sure that at the end you have the right deliverable, because that's what the customer wants at the end.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, you also had a great deal of experience in software and data processing software, and so some of that learning, some of those insights and those best practices, you're also bringing to bear on Geocue.
Yes.
LP360.
Yeah, exactly. So, as you know, we have developed our own data processing platform called ND Infinity.
Yes.
For the Microdrone users, and then we are bringing those algorithms, those software capabilities into LP360 to improve the existing reference.
Yeah.
It will be even better.
Yeah. So there's really some cross-pollination there, which really makes, it really advantages a Geocue customer as well as a Microdrones customer, and it really kind of doubles the size of your addressable market, and maybe then some. Vivien, if you look out, and by the way, thanks so much for the time. It's always nice to check in with you. If you think longer term, a year, 2 years out, do you see once new customers come into the Geocue, whether it's by virtue of Microdrones or Geocue, once they kind of come into the ecosystem and they're comfortable with those tools, you expect to see, I imagine, develop a long-term relationship with these, and do you see kind of incremental opportunities for them to to help them grow their businesses, to help them scale? Can Microdrones and Geocue play that kind of fundamental role to help? I'm thinking about the, two guys in a truck and a drone, or maybe it's two guys and it's 200 guys and gals in a truck for an enterprise user. But do you see Geocue and Microdrones really playing a role in helping kind of enable the growth of those, service providers? Because that's, at the end of the day, that's really is what's driving the bus here, right?
Yes.
I mean, it's not the airframes, it's not the sensors, it's not the software per se. It's bringing all those things to bear, and it's usually in the form of a service provider, your customers that are serving the needs of some of these very large enterprise users. What are your thoughts about that as this market continues to grow and we see some more significant rates of adoption and we see some acceleration in that adoption?
So I think the key is to support the customer and the education piece. And what I really liked with Geocue and Microdrones, they both were well known for their support to the customer.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it doesn't stop after the sale just with the delivery. We have to support all the way. And Geocue is famous for that, for the training packages, the support they provide to their customer to help them develop their drone program. And that's the same with Microdrones. The whole idea of Microdrone is to have the full package. So if you have an issue on a specific part, we cover you. We are there for you. It's not like, oh no, this is not my product. This
Right,
go
right.
to this supplier and so on. So we are there for our customer because we know if they are successful, they will grow their business. So we will grow with them.
Vivien, if people want to get more information, they could go to your website, microdrones.com.
Yes.
As well as lp360.com.
Yes.
And then finally, geocue.com. And those are the three websites that you can learn a lot more about the capabilities that Vivien's just been so kind to kind of provide an overview. So Vivien, we want to thank you for your time today. It's a pleasure and continued success to Microdrones and Geocue.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to see you, Richard.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.